Spedis thing?
Now, the First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Lew walking in last minute, and I love it because you didn't know what I had queued up to start.
I had no idea.
And this graphic, kind of silly, right? I'm a silly guy, though.
You are a silly guy. Silly goose.
Yeah. Very goose-like.
Very goose.
I put this together.
Is that a Top Gun thing? Goose-like? Are you Goose to my Maverick?
Hell yeah, dude.
No, you're Iceman. You're totally Iceman.
No, so I put this together yesterday because I'm already tired of the heat and humidity.
Yeah.
Right? It's been sweltering the past couple days. It's going to be even more so as we head into the weekend.
Yep.
And having grown up north of the Mason-Dixon.
Sure.
You know, I'm used to some days in the 90s, but not the however many we've had already, over 60. Robert Spedis got a nice story put together about just
all the 90-degree days.
pace that we are on this summer to have that many 90-degree days. So I'm already trying to look ahead to the fall,
Ross,
to pumpkin spice.
Are you, wait, no.
To cooler weather, to sweaters.
Are you telling me that you think Labor Day and the Jags season opener?
Oh, no, it's still going to be super hot.
You're counting down to the wrong days, man. You need to be counting down to Christmas, maybe.
I was originally going to put Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, but I was like, I feel like that's...
You might get cooler days by Christmas. Listen, I've been here. I've had Halloweens. I can't remember what this past Halloween was, that I sweat through the costume, like 82 degrees. And you're just like, why? And we've had hot Thanksgiving. We've had warm Christmases. It's like it's almost like you got to count down to New Year's Day or like Valentine's Day. Honestly, it's wild, but I get the vibe. I know what we're doing. Labor Day is hopeful. It's our next, school have started. It's our next that'll be our next big 4-day weekend, right? We'll look forward to. And then, of course, Jags football. Awesome, can't wait. Football is your indication. It will change soon, but you sit in that west club side, really anywhere where it's not shaded. So if that sun's still coming out, now you get the west, you get the sun. But Jags are always playing those 1 p.m.
You're gonna sit in the sun
wherever you are. So it's like it's so hot those first September games, man. It's just brutal. Obviously, we got changes coming with that stadium. But then, by what was that last one? Thanksgiving.
Well, the last one I had was the first day of fall.
First day of fall,
which was only
that's more
September
hopeful.
Yet.
That's more hopeful. Looking around the country. I got Bismarck on my mind, baby.
Yeah,
I got International Falls.
Look at Chicago, the Windy City.
65. Well, they had that weather. I mean, pretty good system moved right on through. So getting rewarded with mid 60s. That's nice. I have actually interviewed the mayor of International Falls.
Oh.
I did an interview with the
highlight of your career.
One of them, and in fact, because it was during a winter, and it's always traditionally one of the coldest places in the lower 48, right? Any given day, you're looking at, it's like 72 in Jacksonville, but -4 in International Falls, and it's geography buffs out there are gonna roast me for this. What's the river? I can't remember the river name that's right at the border with Minnesota and Canada. Anyhow, go ahead and email me and let me know. I'll issue a mea culpa quickly. But they live. So he was telling me about how cold it gets there, and they actually in the dead of winter it's a 5K or a 10K that they run when it's traditionally at least 7, 8 below, maybe even 10, 15 below, and they'll run into Canada. So you can actually run across the river into Canada and back.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it'd be a cool road trip.
I feel like your lungs would be bursting.
I wouldn't live.
From the
personally, you talk about growing up north of the Mason-Dixon. I having grown up on the south end of that. If I got I've been in -8 before. I've been in -25 before, in fact, but I was so bundled up. And
Where
it was in Lake Placid.
Okay.
It was all the mountain. It wasn't Whiteface, I don't think. Anyway, we were bobsledding, and we got to the top of the mountain. It was -25 with 25-mile-an-hour winds, but I had on one of those Eskimo parkas.
Yeah.
So I was plenty warm. but so I wasn't dare going to expose myself. But you get jogging or running, as I've learned from Ross, in -8 or 10, I'd just drop dead. I'd die. But the flip side of that is 104 heat index.
Yeah.
Currently.
It's not great. Not great. And, well, because of all the heat, from the Mississippi River Valley over to the Mid-Atlantic, New England states, got those heat advisories from Boston down to Wilmington and Charleston. Memphis has that extreme heat warning. Yeah. It used to be an excessive heat warning. Now it's an extreme heat warning. Yeah. Could we maybe see some of these across the First Coast through the weekend and the next week? Perhaps. We're going to be flirting with some of those heat indices and real field temperatures up toward the heat advisory criteria. But at least for today, I think we're a little bit below that. Most of us around 95 and west, we're in the low to mid 90s still. Locations further east, you've had that sea breeze come in. Temperature-wise, mid to upper 80s, but the actual dew points themselves did come up. So not necessarily cooling you off. Actually feels warmer in St. Simons now than it did a couple hours ago.
At 6 a.m. on Good Morning Jacksonville, it was 94 real feel, a 94 heat index on St. Simons. That is sultry. That is sauna.
That makes you not want to get up and out of bed.
Right? You got to go. I got buddies up there go to work at some of the golf courses around St. Simons, and it's just I can't imagine. They're wanting the rain, but the heat and humidity that has to be the precursor to maybe getting a thunderstorm at this time of year, it ain't worth the trade-off. And 108, that's brutal. That's going out to the beach thinking you're going to get comforted by the sea breeze.
Or even I did landscaping, for a lot of summers growing up.
Yeah.
And I always think about those guys and girls, going out and trying to beat the heat early in the morning.
Yep.
They're mowing, weed whacking, whatever.
94 at 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's just tough.
That is brutal. We this morning, even what you saying, our low was 79 officially, but I was looking at temperature maps the whole morning on GMJ. Must have hit it prior to that 5 a.m. hour when I'm getting kicking on meteorology early in the morning, but it was 80 the whole time. I mean, it was 80 the entire morning on GMJ before the sun came up. So hot day. We got more of that on the way for the weekend. And as we were talking about those showers and isolated little shower and thunderstorm activity moving south to north, we were looking at this yesterday. Right now, our friends through Durban near Creekside High School, moving up through the Mirabella neighborhoods and Silverleaf, some of those new neighborhoods, we're getting that thunderstorm now, trying to creep north towards Durban and towards more of the St. John's, Julianton Creek, Mandarin areas eventually. It gives me vibes of what we were watching, the same sort of little thunderstorm over the exact same area yesterday. Yeah. That just kind of fizzled as it got to the Julianton Creek. So probably, you're in Mandarin. I'm not getting my hopes up too much for a good soaker if you need it for the lawns, but nonetheless, you're hearing the rumbles of thunder at this point. So let's be careful if you're getting those rumbles. I know it's a big pool time in those communities, so probably time to head indoors. And
just one very small isolated shower coming over downtown right now. We saw it. What you call it, rainbow showers out there.
A little sun shower. We got rainbow alert, baby. Double rainbows coming at you because we did. I mean, truly, it was completely sunny on one side of the building. There we go. Great. Perfect.
Love it.
Look at this timing. Thank you. Is that Toby on the ones and twos back there today?
It is.
Toby, did you do this what? Thank you. Beautiful now, but like no less than 6 minutes ago, one half of our building, which this is where this camera is, was getting rain and the other half wasn't.
So, I'm going to give Toby an 8 on this.
8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8 out of 10. She would get a 10 if she went up to the roof
and turned it?
Took her windshield wiper and wiped off the water spots. I would have given her a 10.
8 out of 10 ain't bad, though.
Yeah. Well, I want to leave room for improvement.
Sure, of
Naturally.
course. But, so the summer sun showers, perfect example of that, happening today.
Now, it does look like maybe areas east of 95, especially north of Jax, maybe dry the rest of tonight.
I think so.
Might have a little bit of some blow black from some of the showers and thunderstorms that build off to the west later in this evening. I could see some of that coming back toward us after sunset, but I think everything probably dry after 11. But I think even that, it's a low chance.
Yep, couldn't agree more. And bigger picture, looking towards our south and looking towards our west. Again, it's just that 75 corridor, man. That's been that story, pounded by thunderstorms.
Yeah, Ocala got a lot of rain yesterday.
Yeah, sure did. And kind of moving right up Marion County yet again. So, stormy. We'll watch those isolated showers and thunderstorms the rest of the afternoon. So, we'll see what pops. But for the most of us will be good to go for the evening as we turn our attention to the wave that wasn't, right?
Thankfully so.
Right? So much rain. I think, 4 to 6 conservatively, around some of the bayous and the parishes of southern Louisiana, but still big rainmaker. And that was always kind of the forecast, mainly just a big rain event. There could have been worse, but we're going to watch this tropical moisture. I know we're going to get in the long range here in a minute, and because I just know how Ross operates. But it's interesting what's going to happen potentially with some of this atmospheric moisture. I'm not going to say that system is going to wrap around anything, but that same moisture is going to play a part, perhaps, in some things coming our way later next week.
What a great teaser! Just a little sprinkle.
Sprinkles.
Yeah.
You sprinkled some activity. We had the rainbows. I said little rainbow sprinkles on your cupcake. I know it's what you like. That's my guy, my cupcake guy.
What kind of cupcake do you like?
Red velvet. Red velvet.
Same.
Really?
That's my favorite.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. Red velvet cake's the only thing I go with. So if I get in a cupcake or a muffin or anything else, croissant. Maybe.
Okay, well, so what if you only have the choice between vanilla and chocolate? So you only have that choice, and it's like white icing on top. Which one are you going for?
Vanilla.
Okay.
Did I lose you there?
Well, so I always go vanilla, but that's because the chocolate cake gets in my teeth more.
Yeah, it
So
gets everywhere.
I actually want to eat the chocolate one more.
Yeah.
But I go for the vanilla.
Yeah,
For the cosmetic
sanitary
appearances. Yeah.
cosmetics. Hey, listen, if I only get one bite, I'm going chocolate just for the one bite. But after I've had like 4 or 5 bites,
Oh, it's real like rich. It's a bit
too
too
much.
Yeah.
So I like that vanilla. Give me the Publix birthday cake. The vanilla layers with the vanilla
Ooh,
buttercream
yes.
on top.
Yes.
It's hard to beat. Like one of the joys of being a father of 2, a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old, are the birthday parties we get to go to, and my anticipation of the birthday cake. Now my son's getting a little old for the parent stick around birthday party. Like he's at the drop off now, where you just leave him because dad can't hang around for that. But my daughter's still kind of in that sweet spot. She's not. Some of the birthday parties we go to, dad gets to stay. Others, it's a drop off. But the ones I get to stay, I'm like, is it the Publix buttercream? And if it is, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 pieces.
Are you an icing guy?
Yes. I'm a corner piece guy too. I want the corner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
my go-to.
bold move.
I feel bad afterwards because
Yeah.
I'm not lactose intolerant, but I'm just like lactose inefficient. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It's just I have an ice cream or I have a little, and then
There's a term for that though. It's not like like you said, it's not intolerant, but it's like lactose.
It's just I'm on the edges of disaster here but just with the love I have for it, it's sad. But that's what happens when you get old. It's just one of those freaking problems.
Cupcakes, cakes, pie,
Soup. Yesterday.
Soup. Do you like pie?
We're culinary.
Well, this is half First Coast News weather watchers and half First Coast News foodies. That, of course, right?
Do I like pie? Yes. But I'm a meat and potatoes guy. I'm a all-American apple pie guy, a la mode. With
I was gonna say, favorite pie?
It's apple. What's yours? Cherry?
No.
You're an apple guy?
Apple, but it's got to have like a nice cinnamon crumb on top. It's got to have some.
It's got to be hot, and it's got to have ice cream on top for me.
Oh, well, okay.
I like the a la mode.
I typically like my pie cold.
Oh, you do?
But
Okay.
I can go with a warm apple pie with ice cream. That's the only way to do it if you're.
And there's one pie that's borderline with cake that this is my weakness, and this is my Thanksgiving tradition, is key lime pie.
Okay.
And that's kind of, it's not necessarily the traditional pie, so to speak. It's more cake consistency, but that's my, of all the desserts, it's like I have to, at my Thanksgiving table, I've got to have key lime pie. It refreshes, it cleanses the palate. You've had all this, and it's not like something big and bulky. It is big and bulky.
Light.
But it feels, at least there's the citrus that you can trick yourself into thinking, this isn't that bad. I can have 2 of these. So there's,
I think your key lime is my coconut cream.
there you
probably.
go. Yeah.
Big coconut cream guy
Yeah.
too.
Oh, beautiful. What a great topic of discussion. So, shall we continue?
Yes.
I'm so hungry. I get this right at 4 o'clock.
Well,
When
it's
we start
because
these streams, I get hungry.
I get hungrier when I spend more time inside because it's cooler. When I spend a lot of time outside in the heat, I lose
Takes
my
it down a
appetite.
peg, yeah.
Yeah, and that might be the case if you don't want to eat much over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Just spend some time outdoors. We're talking mid-90s again tomorrow. We'll have the chance for some more afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Heat index back up 105, 106, 107. Might get a brief, reprieve from it. If you happen to get a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, that might bring you a little bit of a cool down. So yeah, these are some forecast heat indices.
Things you hate to see.
It's a lot of pink.
110.
Great for buddy check days,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
not for your real field temperatures.
We've already had that come and go this month, and I'm done with that map. So here's some, as we look at our upcoming rain chances, we go to a Friday and we go into the weekend. Keep in mind, a weather impact alert can be issued for a multitude of reasons that we can essentially impacting your life. So we look at Friday, certainly a similar story to today, isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms, certainly for our Friday afternoon and evening. But when we're thinking about this heat, think about how impactful a 110 heat index is. Think about how impactful Saturday at 97 when we're getting up and above 108 heat indexes. That's pretty brutal. That's like, I wish the weatherman had said how brutal it was going to be out there. And that's the point. We are kind of looking at the weekend for weather impact alert. We're going to kind of decide as we get one more evening in, see how things really look with these heat index values. But I want you to aware, we do this not just because of widespread rain. We'll do it because of heat. And of course, we get into winter. We'll do it because of winter weather. But there's a lot of different factors. Heck, we'll do it for fog if it's going to be bad enough in the morning, just so you're aware of it. It's not necessarily something that's severe, but we think about our heat risk and the dangers that come along with that, whether it's in cars, whether it's walking the dog, you're working outside, God forbid, you're on the weekend having to be out in it, landscaping, whether personally or professionally. That's brutal and can be dangerous. So we want you aware of that, and we'll think about that as we get some of those heat risks going. You get that heat advisory level again for us, Ross, 108. 112. It changes around the country what you're used to, but for us, that magic number would be 108, and so we'll wait and see if Weather Service goes ahead and puts out that heat advisory for our weekend.
And when you saw, there was a lot of red on that heat risk map. There was a little bit of some purple trying to pop up. So just take it easy out there. Try to stay hydrated as best you can, and it's not just through this coming weekend, but even into early next week. We're still going to keep the heat indices rather high, perhaps not nearly as high. But I would say probably the next 3 days could be the warmest feeling days we have had all year here so far, at least this summer.
Should we talk to Speta? Is it time?
Yeah, I think it is. Let's bring him in.
So we were talking about how many 90-degree days we've already had this calendar year, and it's a lot. So meteorologist Robert Speta on a discussion now, just how this lines up historically speaking.
It has been hot thus far this summer. We've all felt it, and in fact, we have seen thus far record-breaking number of 90-degree plus days in Jacksonville in 2025. 64 of them. The average up to this date is 38, and the previous record was just set last year up to this date of 56, and with more 90-degree days in the forecast, I anticipate this trend to continue. But it's not just this year. If we look back for the last summers, all the way back to 1970, the number of 90-degree plus days have continued to rise here, just getting warmer and warmer. Not only that, but during the daytime, but at night, we've been continuing to see temperatures rise. So regardless if you believe climate change is real or how it takes place, the evidence is there that our atmosphere is warming. We felt it this year, and also that causes sea surface temperatures continue to warm up too, and that can bring, stronger hurricanes, and even a warmer atmosphere. It means more moisture in it, and that could hold more precipitation. So these are all factors that come together on top of that day-to-day heat we've been seeing out here. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta.
Yeah, 64 90-degree days and above, that's a good bit. And considering last year it was 56
Record-breaking pace.
Yeah, that's a lot, and we've still got a lot of summer to go and a lot of 90-degree days to be had. So take caution and be good to yourselves and your bodies. Hydrate and find shade. All right, long-range forecast, Ross. So let's go to what's next.
Yeah, almost the exact same thing next week as to kind of what we saw here earlier this week. You mentioned, some of the moisture that's currently over southern Louisiana, the Mississippi Delta from Invest 93L. That looks like it's actually going to get kind of looped around in this big, almost clock-like circle.
Yep.
Up across kind of Tennessee, over the Carolinas, and right back around to our eastern coast by early next week. So another surface trough is going to set up along the Atlantic and eastern seaboard. That's going to act as a convergence point or a focal point, essentially, for low-level convergence of moisture. And then yet again, we're going to watch for another possible low-pressure system to form. Retrograde back to the west, meaning it's going to move from east to west over the first coast, looking like Tuesday and into Wednesday, bringing us plenty of rain and thunderstorm chances yet again next week. So kind of crazy how it's, almost identical setup kind of to what we had, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday of this week.
I want to watch what happens with the high pressure dome over us right now. So what is bringing us all that heat? We got the heat dome, the strong high pressure, essentially, that will, Ross mentioned the like clock, moving around. That moisture is going to be steered around that high pressure that's over us. It's going to pull everything back towards the Carolinas. Will it move far enough west, to not act as a blocker? And see what happens with this area of low pressure. One of those kind of variables we'll watch with modeling and see what happens. But it does look like that heat dome more or less breaks and is kind of moves more towards your west and allows some rain to move in. So it's something to watch, something to consider, and another reason we'll have weather impact alerts on our mind for you and your rain chances as we get towards the middle of next week. Rain chances with us back. So, the weekend, take it any way you can get it, right? That's my motto, Ross.
Yeah.
Get it, take it, any way you can get it.
Yeah, if you're going out on the boat, it should be, a pretty nice one for it. Waves shouldn't be too bad.
Right.
Either, out in the open ocean or in the intercoastal, St. John's, looking fairly good. But it's just going to be...
Yeah, Bimini tops. Find the shade. Those wide open, deck boats without the top, that's going to be brutal.
Anthony and I, we're going to be out on a boat up in your old stomping grounds.
South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina.
Let's go.
Lake Murray.
Lake Murray.
Just to the west of Columbia, I was, looking at the forecast. Temperature's pretty much the exact same.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, thought, we were driving 5-6 hours north. It was going to be cooler.
So hot up there, man.
Nope.
It's just a
and no sea
jungle.
breeze.
None. And
now we are kind of on like the southwestern side of the lake.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping at some point we get some
get a
sort of
breeze off the lake.
breeze off the lake, right?
Yeah, that evening breeze will feel really good. Lake Murray's great. I'm not going to dox you and say which community you're going to, but very primo for seclusion. But the funny thing about Columbia, South Carolina, when I was there, I don't know, there are different marketing campaigns come out for different towns, and they actually went all in on how hot it is there, and their slogan was famously hot. Columbia, famously hot, and it's that's really something to embrace. And but truly, it is sweltering up there, and they get the humidity just as good. So yeah, enjoy that trip. But Lake Murray is great. You're gonna love that.
What's a Columbia staple, or like a traditional thing?
Okay, if you can't go see some Gamecock football, which you won't be there for that.
Which I have a question to that as well. Is a Gamecock a chicken or a rooster?
It's a rooster.
Okay. I didn't 100% know.
That's if I'm so inclined, it's an ass-kicking chicken. Gamecock.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Yeah. PG-13 all of a sudden on the stream.
I have her during the football games when it's like, I'm like,
it
wow,
drives people
that is
crazy.
crazy.
It drives people nuts. It's almost like Rocky Top drives every other fan base crazy. You're talking about Tennessee, they play it every single first down. Every gain on any running play gets Rocky Top. Well, yeah, they play that rooster crow, the Gamecock crow, every single first down.
Is that what you have for your alarm every day too?
Oh yeah, well rooster crows, baby. That's when you get up. 2:45. The family loves that. Go to Palmetto Pig Barbecue if you can get down. That's closer to downtown. That's a really good. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet too. So just loosen the belt and go see the Horseshoe on campus. You're gonna love that.
Okay.
But yeah, good stuff. We're always watching. We'll be here at 5 o'clock, of course, on air, watching any storms that do pop up along 95 and 10 through that evening commute. Otherwise, we're just gonna be bracing for the heat.
Yeah.
Through the weekend. Ross, thanks, man.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next week. Yeah, enjoy your trip, and
Yeah.
it'll be me with you tomorrow evening. Bye, y'all.